Oh, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. How are we this fine evening? Please don't worry about the small child upon my lap. She will be removing herself within the coming shenanigans. I am your host, Weebo Jones, and tonight we are about half an hour later than we should be. And the reason why this is the case is because, well, you see, I was informed by one Polydub, Vertigo Maximilian Dubinstein himself, that we would be no more, no less than 30 minutes late for this here cocktail hour as a result of his real life obligations, those being far more important than that of these current obligations here that we hold on stream. I'm sure everyone can agree. IRL before URL, ladies and gentlemen. That's some really good peanut butter. Anyway, so he's a little bit late. It's fine. We can work with it. It's fine. So I will have you know that I'm already several glasses of wine into the shenanigans at the moment of our liveness, and that is entirely fine. Because what else was I gonna do? I was just proofreading the script in preparation to read it out loud, to, record it for the next video that is going live on the channel, which will be coming this week. I know I've been promising it for a great long time, but I mean it. I mean it this time. I mean it. You know what? It's just really hard to promise things. When they aren't, like, I don't want to say they're not a priority, because they are a priority. But they are not as much as a priority as, like, me showing up to work on time. Or me paying the ComEd bill. Or me showing up to my cousin's wedding reception. It is my greatest hope to have at least 2 videos out. One specifically for members only, and then one for the general everybody else, in addition to members, to enjoy this week. But if that doesn't happen, it's not the end of the world. And I don't mean to say, I don't take it lightly, because I know that there are a number of people that do donate to me with the expectation of, oh, we get weekly content. And technically you do, in the form of cocktail hour, in the form of side quest, but not in the main form with which I take the greatest pride in, and that being the single videos that I produce. And there's a reason for that. It's because I don't want to just give you random garbage that I come up with on the fly and then produce in 5 minutes and upload to the channel like it's not a big deal, because it really is a big deal to me. I physically can't bring myself to just talk bullshit to a camera for 10 minutes, edit out 5 minutes of that, and then upload it to the channel for you to enjoy. I know that would probably work out in my favor, but I can't physically do that because I hold myself to a higher standard, because I feel like I need to give you more substance than that. You deserve that. And it sounds like a very cheapskate way of getting out of things, but if I were to record the amount of hours that went into researching a video, and then the amount of hours that went into scripting a video, and then the amount of hours that went into actually editing and producing the video that eventually gets produced, that is of the quality and standard that I put on this channel, it would vastly overshadow the actual number of minutes that you receive as an audience. And so as a result, I cannot simply justify putting out the 5-minute edit of 10 minutes of random content that was something that people grew accustomed to during the height of the skeptic sphere. I don't mean to shit on my fellow content creators, but I'm going to shit on them anyway, because why the fuck not? That's not how I do things. People can do that, and if that is the way that they want to hold themselves to a standard, then I fault them not for it. But that is not how I do things on this channel. And that is part of the reason why you watch me, I like to think. It's because I hold myself to a higher standard of content creation. It's not just because I personally sat down with myself and was like, at the beginning of all this nonsense, was like, you know what? I need to make sure that I am delivering the most A+ positive content on the face of this platform. No, part of what started this out was the deal between me and my dad. When I was what? Oh God, how old was I? 16 when I started this channel. Part of the deal with my dad was that if I wanted to publish things on this platform, I had to do it with a sense of dignity, with a sense of honorableness, with a sense of pride in that I had done my due diligence. I couldn't just post things willy-nilly. And that ingrained itself in me. Unfortunately, she says, even though that's probably one of the best things, because it does give me the standard of, hey, even though I don't post as much as the rest of my counterparts on this website, at least you know that what I post does come with a higher caliber of research attached to it. Part of that stems from my college days, and that, yes, when I went to college, most of what it is that I took with me was the ability to research things on such a level that set me apart. But the other part of that was the necessity to maintain a certain standard. That standard being, hey, make sure you double check what it is that you're talking out your ass about. Make sure you know what you're talking about, because if it comes back to bite you, if someone comes and calls you on your bullshit, make sure you can defend yourself. Because it is, and I have had this come to bite me in the ass before, not bite me in the ass, but it has come back to bite me before in certain topics. If someone comes around and they challenge you on the topic that you purport yourself to know so much about, hey, you better fucking know what it is you're talking about. Otherwise, you look like an absolute ridiculous cheesehead. And that, I won't say it came back to bite me, but it definitely came back to me after I published the Egyptian video, obviously. The Egyptian video wherein I talked about Egyptian dynasties and how they adjusted over the years, specifically regarding that of Nefertiti, and the possibility that, hey, the most recent Nefertiti statue is actually similar in pigmentation to that of the original Nefertiti statue, etc., etc., etc. Bite your ass, Kinky, says Gulf City Peterbilt Confederacy. Well, yes, but no. I don't mean it in a kinky sexual way. I mean it in a, if you're going to be on the internet, if you're going to make claims on the internet, if you're going to purport yourself on the internet, why not cover your ass? Your reputation is literally all that you have to your name. Who you are, who you make yourself out to be to the people. Not just your audience, but whoever it is that gets a hold of you and your reputation. That is what is carried from person to person through conversations. And it's important because the impression that you give other people is one that carries. It's not just that single, like, A+, now wait a minute, Matt, no, quote that you give out in that instance that carries itself. It's the impression that you're giving off to people. And I think that's very important. I think it's important that people take one seriously in the claims that they make, not just in the claims that they make, but in the reliability of the person speaking those claims. I want people to know me as a person who does their due diligence, not as someone who just pukes out content ad nauseum. And so, for that reason alone, I will never be the person that just puts out content because. Now, if I put out content, it's going to be because it serves a purpose, but it's also going to be because there's several degrees of research behind it. And that is evident in the research that I do that goes into the video. That's evident in the research that I do that goes into the sources of the video. And if you choose to look at it, then, hey, it's there. Hi, Polly.
Hello.
How are you, dear?
All right.
You good? Oh, day's good. I had peanut butter. How are you?
Just eating some peanut butter?
Yes.
So,
Polly, we were just talking about my ethics surrounding video publishing, the fact that I refuse to just post willy-nilly like general shenanigans would require. Like, okay, so you know how people post videos like bi-weekly, daily, on par with the latest drama, and sometimes it sticks and sometimes it doesn't quite stick. But they post it, and then sometimes they have to issue a retraction. Sometimes they don't necessarily, but it doesn't really matter because essentially what they're doing is, here is what's going on this day in this moment. Let me report on this thing and then give my opinion on this thing as it is before they actually get the full story.
Right.
And my hesitation to do so.
And people are holding you what?
No, I just made a comment about it because it's been a bit since I posted my most recent video. And I did film some stuff for my more recent video that I am putting out next week. But it's not going to get done before the episode is over here on Cocktail Hour. So as a result, it's going to take a bit of time. And it's probably been about, 2 months? And the reason why it's been 2 months is because I've had IRL shenanigans that took precedence over URL shenanigans. I don't know. I was just taking a moment to defend myself in respect to why I don't just take a video or a topic, shit out like 12 minutes worth of content, edit it down to 5 minutes, and put it out for the audience to ingest. Why I don't do that is because that doesn't seem very... It doesn't seem like it goes through the rigor that I would require it to merit being my channel. Like, it's very rare that I will take a topic and I will just write a script in 24 hours and, produce an entire video dedicated to the topic that doesn't encompass all of the information that I could possibly want. But that takes several more hours than just 2 hours to write a script and produce the content. Because I go and I actually look up the intricate details behind the topic. Things that might not have been as obvious to initial viewers. The full context. Like the initial cop video from the last video that I produced. The one, the Windsor police pullover. I could have produced that video in less than 24 hours and made a fuck ton more subscribers off of it, but I didn't. The news cycle one wouldn't allow it for that because, well, I had to go out and I searched for different angles of the video, different aspects of who was involved in the video, and then contrary perspectives to the initial video itself. And those took a little bit of time because they don't just all come out in one instance. You have to source them from multiple different sources. And that can be a pain in the ass because they don't all come out when the initial video drops. Unfortunately. I wish, but they don't. Quality over quantity, says Daniel Fullman. Yes, exactly. And I might lose subscribers for that. I might lose support for that. But at the end of the day, it produces reliable content, I think. She says so she eats peanut butter off of a spoon. Polly, thoughts?
I don't think there's anything wrong with the take that you're taking.
Well, obviously not. It's the least controversial take ever, but it doesn't breed the desired results that one would hope.
Which are?
From a YouTube channel. Well, ideally, a story would drop the day of. You would make a video the day of. And reap all of the benefits of the subscribers who are hearing about this thing the day of the controversy. But if you wait a few days or weeks for all of the information to become available, for you to actually go through and clean through, or like suss through all of the information that you could possibly want to about this individual or this individual topic, it takes more than a day. And it takes more than 2 days sometimes. It takes more than 3 days. If you want the complete story of a person, of their 15 minutes of fame, it takes more than 24 hours to get that story.
Now, was there a particular story that you're concerned about getting all the facts in on, or are you just talking in general?
Well, I'm talking in general, but in also relation to the fact as why I haven't gotten my most recent video out yet. I just finished filming part of the video. So the other half of the video is not going to get done until like tomorrow. And then the rest of the editing is going to have to go and get done throughout the week to be edited and posted on Friday.
Okay.
So this is a video that the topic of which dropped the 6th or the 1st of June. The initial controversy would have dropped the 1st of June. I'm not getting into it until the 27th of June. And some people will tell you, oh, well, the topic is stale at that point. There's no point. Why bother? Well, because I can assure you that not a single one of the initial videos posted regarding this topic of conversation included all of the aspects that I'm including in my video. And the reason why they didn't is because they didn't take the goddamn fucking time to actually slow down, look at everything, ingest it, and then formulate an opinion about it. And that's where we are. So it's a roundabout way of saying I'm posting a video this week, but it's a little bit late. Don't worry about it. Which actually is fun because I actually have another video that I came up with that I definitely want to post. Probably won't get done for another 2 weeks, but it's topical and might actually be able to attach itself to another video that I was working on already. So there we go. Anyway, so that was me trying to fill time while it is that I was waiting for you to show up.
Fair enough.
I do that.
I'm curious how many videos you, if any, you passed on because you thought the story was stale.
Oh, I could tell you. Let me pull up the amount of scripts that I have. Because I have a number of scripts that became stale as a result of me just waiting too long. And that happens when it is that I do wait too long, because believe me, it does happen. But I can tell you that the last couple of videos, let's see, a critical look at the demands of Chaz. I didn't edit that. I haven't edited that since June 10th of 2020. So that's a bit out there. All cultures are beautiful.
Uh-huh.
That one was in January. Bad Bunny. This was supposed to be a Thought Patrol. And that was last edited in April of 2020. A lot of these are from April of 2020. Not that one. Did I ever produce a Catwoman review? Nope. The last edit was in March of 2020. Yeah, I have a number of scripts that never quite made it to the end of the edit process, where I just started typing, and I typed and typed and typed, and I'm like, oh, this is brilliant. And then I took a break, and I came back to it, and I'm like, this isn't actually that brilliant. Or I don't really feel like finishing this. So, believe me when I say, audience, I produce a lot of scripts that eventually do not make it to post. The rate at which so the rate of scripts that I write versus those of actual post-production quality, it's probably about 10% of scripts that get done make it to that point of post. And so what I mean by post is like, it's been recorded, it's been edited, it's ready to be posted. That's where we're at with those. Thank you to Serpent21 who donated to say, Weebo has great taste. I see a Dreamcast. And then also Serpent21 to say, Weebo, don't ever fill up your channel with like a toilet bowl, because then it's full of shit. That's what I always wanted to avoid, is just posting content for the sake of posting content. I never wanted to be one of those YouTubers that just posted for the sake of posting to fill that gap in content for the week. I wanted to post stuff that was meaningful, stuff that was interesting, because I recognize that after a certain amount of rehashing of the same content, people get bored. And then they start looking for IBS type nonsense. And then it's just all downhill from there. Which I could certainly deliver on the IBS content, but I would prefer not to if I can help it. Follow your thoughts?
I mean, I think you're right in what you're saying for what you want to do for your channel.
Yeah.
You don't want to turn it into a garbage heap of content, which means less videos, and lots of channels are successful with less content that's of higher quality.
The goal isn't to be a successful YouTuber. It's just simply to indulge in my own desire to...
Well, it's certainly not my goal.
The goal is, and has always been, not to be YouTube famous. It has been always to be an outlet for my own internal musings.
Huh.
And on that note, I'm going to go get my fancy summer hat, because the bowler hat is not one that matches the theme here, apparently. Polly wants to do Vacation Otter, and I can do Vacation Weave.
It was hot as fuck, man. It was time for the Vacation Otter hat, man.
I got you, fam. Don't worry about it.
It's hot as shit.
I have the costumes in this room for this specific reason. Ooh, yes, this shirt will do nicely. It is definitely definitely the vacation-y type shirt.
Yeah, notice she wants to be cool while sitting on a chair of fur.
I had too many pieces of fur sent with it themselves in the Amazon order, and as a result, I have spare fur. Fuck you. The original intention behind the fur chairs was for a side quest. Because you're not allowed to wear gamey, or to have gamey chairs for side quests. It takes you out of the whole, like, I don't know, creativisms.
I know the cream is.
The creativisms. Creativisms. Hang on. I want you to know, Polly, that I was drunk before I hopped on stream. This is not a result of like 2 sips of wine.
That's fine. I don't
This
care.
is a result of many sips of wine. And also this t-shirt, or this button-up shirt that I am donning in this moment. This was Grandfather Jones's t-shirt, or button-up, at one juncture or another.
Nice.
Now we match.
Sweet.
All right, are we ready to have a party?
Some pina coladas and steel drums.
I got my Winston hat. And by Winston hat, I mean the hat that I don, whatever it is that I need to summon my chauffeur, Winston. Winston! So, Polly, how are you this fine evening?
I'm mostly here.
You're mostly here. So, what part of you is not here?
Let's see. Rational thought, creativity. My soul's off on a vacation somewhere, I'm assuming. The rest of me's here with bells on now. So this is this girl tell me that she she was told to watch Die Hard.
Yeah.
The movie.
Yes.
Because, you know, Die Hard, it's a classic. You should totally watch it. Oh my God, you haven't seen Die Hard? You gotta see Die Hard. Man. So she tried watching it 3 times, fell asleep in front of it twice, and then watched it the 3rd time, saw it all the way to the end, didn't understand it. She found it boring. And I was like, yeah, all right. I wasn't gonna launch into some sort of like full-throated defense of Die Hard because I don't fucking care. So my question is this, giving rise from that story. Are there movies out there, Miss Jones, that are seen as being classics? You know, whatever. Star Wars, like the original one, the good one. I don't know. I don't know. Godfather. The one with Orson Welles there. Citizen Kane.
Citizen Kane. You know, I have yet to actually see that movie. It's such a classic that I have yet to actually watch it with my own 2 eyeballs.
Citizen Kane's like Woodstock. Everybody talks about having been there, and very few ever were. So, are there any movies that are supposed classics that you were just like, yeah, you didn't give a fuck?
Classic movies that I didn't give a fuck about.
Well, yeah, you said number one nowhere. There says that there Casablanca. You say you weren't really enthralled by it. So there's one.
I haven't seen it is the problem. Not that I haven't, enjoyed it. There's. It's not that
Casablanca. You watched it.
Oh, said. Casablanca. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. The other one. What am I talking about?
Citizen Kane.
Citizen Kane. That's the other one.
Right.
Yeah, I haven't seen Citizen Kane. Casablanca, it was underwhelming for what it was that I expected it to be, considering that Polydub hyped it up to such a degree that I thought that it was going to be like the greatest romance of all. Can I help you, you bitch? I thought it was going to be the greatest romance of all time. This cat, I swear to God, she's going to be the death of me. I thought it was going to be the greatest romance of all time, and it turned out to not be exactly what it was that I thought it was. And you know what? I think that highlights more so the differences between myself and Polly and what we expect from our romances and what we don't expect from our romances, or the style, the era that we regard great romances to take place in, or to have versus not. Because Casablanca definitely did not give me the impression that it was as great as Polydub thought it was. Same thing with his favorite book. I know, I feel like a dick in that I'm telling Polly, hey, your book sucks, and your favorite movie sucks too, compared to what it was that I was expecting, because he hyped it up so much. And I don't mean it sucked, but I don't really have a better way of describing it. It wasn't what I expected it to be, compared to what you hyped it up to be. And
I just said it was my favorite movie. I don't know why you keep saying hype.
Because it was one of your favorite movies, was it not?
You said hype like 7 or 8 times. I just said it was my favorite movie.
So Polly hyped it, and I shit all over it. But not in a like it sucked balls type of way, but in like it didn't meet expectations type of way. Hang on. Okay, we're refocused now. It didn't meet expectations to the point that I thought it was as great as Polly said it was. Can I help you? I think a lot of that had to do with style and era. I think a lot of the differences in our tastes have to do with style and era. I'm not used to the style and era that Polly is partial to. And so it's often jarring or jarring is the best way to put it. It's jarring when I indulge in content that Polly suggests that isn't what I've been previously exposed to. I think that is a lot of the reason why it was that I didn't mesh as well with the things that he recommended that I indulge in. I stand by that for Casablanca and what was the book that you suggested? Oh my god. The Bret Easton Ellis book. Rules of Attraction. There we go. And by the way, this isn't me, Auschwitz. This is Valentine on my lap right here. And I think partially the reason why this is the case is because Polly has seen a great deal many more classic type styled pieces than I have. Pieces meaning movies. If that helps. Polly?
Yes.
Yes. I bet Weebo likes the Twilight movies. I only like them in the sense that they are completely mockable.
What?
Jesus Perez says, I bet Weebo likes the Twilight movies. Only in such as they are completely hilarious and mockable from a film criticism perspective. And I will 100% own the fact that I am by no means a decent film critic. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. in most cases. I just know what I like, what I don't like, what entices me, what makes me feel things, and what doesn't. Okay, so to give you an example of things that make me feel things, Polly, last night I was watching an episode of Outlander. Now, Outlander is a TV show based off of a romance novel, based off of a couple who didn't actually live during the Jacobite Rebellion in mid 1700s. The Jacobite Rebellion being that which the Scottish waged against the British, because the Scottish did not enjoy the prospect of living under British rule, and the entirety of their rebellion culminated into this one battle at Culloden that ended up in the decimation of Scottish Highland culture in its entirety, or so I get the impression of in watching this entire series. Now, this couple, they meet, and spoiler alerts, Claire, her name is. She is the female counterpart to this couple. She decides that, she goes back in time accidentally to the Scottish Highland Rebellion against the British, and she falls in love with a Scottish Highlander. Who would have fucking guessed? Oh my gosh, not me. She falls in love with him. Mm-hmm. And a lot of their interactions, well, now, as opposed to early on, a lot of their interactions involve their differences as people, because she's British, she's from Britannia, she is from the UK circa 1940s, so there's a lot of cultural differences here, and he is absolutely not 1700s, mid 1700s Jacobite Rebellion soldier here. Mm-hmm. And they end up falling in love with each other because their attraction is so strong, but also their personalities mesh so well. Part of that is not they don't always agree with each other, but they are so stubborn and so vocal in their opinions, but accepting of common sense where it happens. So they both have their little fun arguments. They usually end in like some sort of sexual romp that you get to indulge in as the viewer. Mm-hmm. But they're having their arguments and they're arguing with each other. Then the sex romp ensues. And then they're like, oh, you know what? Let's go with this plan because it seems like the more logical of the two plans. And it's either one or the other, depending on which one seems more logical. So they go with Claire's or they go with Jamie's, Jamie being the Scottish person and Claire's being the English woman. Mm-hmm. It's a really nice story. I quite enjoy it. It's probably one of the more compelling romance excursions that I've indulged myself in. I've allowed myself to indulge in my short 23 years. It's not just all about sexual rompetry. There are compelling storylines, I will say. But the point of the matter is, it's a very well-crafted romantic drama. And the reason why is because the characters, they play their parts very well. They're invested in each other. And the stories can exist without the romantic subplot happening at the same time. If that makes any sense. Those are the things that I find compelling. And like, okay, so up until I started watching Outlander, it would have been Pride and Prejudice, which is entirely a romance drama story with its bits of comedy involved. But I truly believe that the step above that is this Outlander series. So I'm going to make Polly watch it at some point. Weebo just likes mending kilts. It's not the kilt that gets me. Mm-hmm. It's not the kilt that gets me. You don't wear... Wait, do you want to wear a kilt for me? Are you willing to wear a kilt for me? We might have something. We might have stumbled onto something here, gentlemen. It is a pretty good show. It's not just about the romance, but okay, where was I going with this? Something compelling romance arc.
Mm-hmm.
Not just about the romance arc. The characters made it compelling themselves in that their controversies with each other helped to compel the viewer. Their feelings for each other were not so much of a compelling element as the fact that they were individual characters of themselves that existed outside of the storyline. And I think that's what gets me about romance stories, is that I want characters that exist outside of the romantic subplot, that you can actually visualize outside of the romantic subplot, that you can actually have a vested interest in something outside of the romantic subplot. That's what, to me, breeds a good story for romantic characters. And that happens in Pride and Prejudice. That happens in Outlander. Is that so much to ask out of your characters, though?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I don't think so. But, I guess a purely romantic subplot storyline is not at fault completely either. You can still have this is the crux of our storyline element regarding the romanticness of the shenanigans between your two characters, and that's it. That's that. But I don't find it as compelling. I don't know. That's just me.
Makes sense.
Do you know what the original question was? Because I forgot. I feel like I didn't quite answer it on par with what it was that was the question. Chat, what was the original question?
Movies that are supposed to be really big and popular, but you found them boring.
Oh, you know what a good example of a romantic subplot that was supposed to be a big deal versus one that was not? Okay. Probably know you're going to be super into this one. But the romantic subplot between, was it Penny and Captain America? Was it Penny? Oh God, what was her name? You know this. I know you know this.
What are you talking about?
The vintage girl. The one with the big tits that you like. Captain America's lady woman.
You didn't buy the romantic subplot between them?
No, I bought that one.
Okay. Which one didn't you buy?
Didn't was the one that was kind of finessed between Black Widow and the Hulk.
Yeah, the one between Black Widow and the Hulk was not very good.
Peggy. Thank you, Daniel Fullman. Peggy and Captain America compared to the Black Widow and the Hulk. Okay.
Well, I think that most of it was supposed to have happened. Like, it sort of happens and they're together. Like in the first few minutes of the movie, she's like doing the romantic thing to the Hulk. So it's like it happened off screen.
Mm-hmm. But it happened off screen is the problem.
Yeah, I hear you.
If you're going to build a compelling romantic subplot, you have to do it on screen. Mm-hmm. You can't get around this. You have to sell the audience on the meet cute, otherwise it falls short. It falls flat. It doesn't deliver on what it is that the people want, and that is that juiciness that comes with a romantic subplot. Compare that to Captain America and Peggy Carter and Steve Rogers. They had that dynamic from the onset. You got to see it in the beginning. Its inception is a plot point a setting, a scene in the original movie as pivotal to their relationship and the building of it over the course of the MCU. You don't see Peggy a whole lot after the first movie, the first Captain America movie. But the weight of the consequences of Captain America's actions and their relationship weighs heavily throughout the series, regardless of that. So every time you get a little inkling of this is what Captain America sacrificed in the first movie, R.I.P. in peace, isn't this just so sad? It breaks your heart just a little bit more until the very end in stage 4 of the MCU, where we have Captain America going all the way back in time and staying there. Spoiler alert, by the way.
Yeah.
It weighs. There is significance there. The writers did an excellent job of building that, and most of that work was done in the inception because, like I said, we don't get a lot of Peggy in the later renditions. Not a lot of people watched Agent Peggy Carter, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't, certainly not, but it still weighed on me, seeing everything from Captain Rogers' perspective. Now, take that relationship in the MCU and contrast it with that of the Hulk and Natasha Romanoff's. The first time we get their relationship is within the first Avengers movie, when Natasha Romanoff is recruiting him for the Avengers Initiative.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a good start, but not nearly as compelling as Peggy Carter and and Steve Rogers' initial meet cute, if you will. It didn't give me the warm and fuzzy romantic-y vibes that Peggy Carter and Steve Rogers' initial meet cute gave me. Which is fine. We can still build off of that. But we didn't. We really didn't. There was not a whole lot of building upon that relationship in subsequent movies. We tried, certainly. Certainly we tried with the Hulk and Natasha Romanoff, but it felt like we had skipped a few steps and just gone straight to the, oh, there is some tension here, but you missed all of the important tension-building moments in this narrative here. Unfortunately, that is what happened. And as a result, when they tried to capitalize off of that romantic tension-building narrative, nothing came of it. And that's why we killed off Natasha Romanoff, because, well, not part of why, but it's part of why, because nothing was going to come of it, but also nothing came of it, so why the fuck not? It was sloppy, lackluster, lackadaisical, limp, sad, pathetic, if I may come up with some adjectives here. I'm not wrong here, right, Polly?
Did you ever not want to watch Agent Peggy Carter?
I did want to watch Agent Peggy Carter. I just didn't have the time to.
Hmm.
I'll probably at some point get around to it. But it's not on my immediate list of things to do. Somehow the movie is ranked higher than that, I guess. I don't know. Do you know where it's available for me to watch?
Do I know where it's available for you to watch?
Yeah. Like, do you have an in?
I mean, I got it from perfectly legitimate sources online. I don't know. It's probably on Disney with no lube streaming service, isn't it?
Maybe. Do we still have Disney Plus? Babe, do we still have Disney Plus?
Yes.
We still have Disney Plus. So if it's on Disney Plus, we can still watch it. And then I will get back to you about what it is that I think about Agent Peggy Carter. But I do recall, didn't they stop producing Agent Peggy Carter after, what, 2 seasons? Maybe less?
2.
Isn't that deeply depressing?
I think it's 2. Hold on, let me go look.
Yeah. Deeply depressing. Zed Hero. I see Weebo is keeping up the vacation vibe from Side Quest. No. This is a completely different hat. This is not the same hat that I had on Side Quest on Friday. This is a completely different hat. But yes, same vibes.
Yeah, 2 seasons.
Completely separate sunglasses. Should I watch Agent Peggy Carter, Polly? Do you recommend it?
No.
You don't recommend it?
No.
Rough. Why?
I ain't ever recommended shit to you ever fucking again.
Is it because I was so severe on your recommendations in past?
You act like I fucking produced, wrote, directed, and starred in these things.
No. No. I just my opinions are my own, and they are based off of my own lived experience.
As opposed to being whose. I love when people say that. My opinions are my own. My opinions are Alvarez Perez Rodriguez's.
My opinions are all boyfriend knows, actually. His opinions are my own. We have the same opinions, do we not?
No.
He's not gonna back me up on this.
Plus, I wasn't paying attention to anything you were saying.
Oh, thanks, dear.
Well, you know these high polish, quick burnout streaming service series that are on streaming services?
Yes.
Have you seen one that you liked that was like, oh shit, that was the shit?
I have a few.
Like
The
what?
Boys on Amazon Prime. That was compelling.
The Boys was good. Okay.
Yeah. Did you watch The Boys? Or
I
no?
watched The Boys.
Oh, you watched The Boys. I will say that the Umbrella Academy kind of lost my interest after half of the first season. I don't know
Really?
what it was about. I couldn't bring myself to finish it. I don't have a reason why. No, I couldn't finish.
What about the ones that like got all the fanfare amongst the news entertainment people? Your Black Mirrors and your American Horror Stories and your Black Mirror and
Okay, so
the one
Black
with
Mirror-
effeminate Wolfgang there. What's his name?
Effeminate Wolfgang.
What's the one with the thing? The Stranger Things. What's the
Stranger
lead actor?
Things.
What's the lead actor's name? It's effeminate Wolfgang.
I know who you're talking about. But yes, I did finish all of Stranger Things. I did watch it. I will say that it wasn't. I watched it with a group of people. So if it was just me that was watching it, I probably wouldn't have watched it just by myself. Stranger Things.
Really? It was one of
If I
them
had-
things.
It was one of those things. It was a group effort. But Black Mirror, that again was a group effort. But in the sense that we would skip around per episodes to see which ones that we wanted to watch, see which ones were more compelling than the others, based off of the description of what was going on in the episode. So it wasn't like we were watching it straight all the way through, and that was the thing that took us in. It was just someone may have seen this episode previously, and they swore by it, and they're like, "Oh my god, it's such a good episode!" So we had to watch it because it sounded interesting.
Whose
Let's
call
do
was it to hop around by the episode synopsis?
I don't know. It just happened. I was watching with my cousins and my brother, and we just episode hopped for Black Mirror because you can do that with Black Mirror. You don't have to watch them all in a, specific rank order. It's not a serial type of TV show. It's literally just each episode is self-contained, which I think is part of the appeal of Black Mirror, is that you don't have to watch the whole series to be invested in an episode. Each episode, if it's good, will speak for itself. If it's bad, then you know what? You don't have to bother with it. And I think that's part of the appeal with Black Mirror. But with American Horror Story, that is extended to each season. So I liked a few of the seasons that I was graced with American Horror Story. Asylum was one of them. I really liked Hotel. Really liked Freak Show. But outside of that, the series and their storylines, the seasons and their storylines, outside of that, I wasn't super compelled by, so I didn't feel the need to finish them, which I think is the future of TV, if I'm being honest, is like self-contained episodic, or not episodic, but episodes or serial seasons in a TV show, or just even one season of a TV show that a person can just indulge upon, and that's it. And if the people like it, then yeah, maybe, sure, let's carry on with this concept. But if they don't like it enough, they don't have to carry on with the concept. Or they can just stop right there and pick it up later. I like the idea of, let's not rush into engaging in an entire series dedicated to a concept that someone just pulled out of their ass one evening during a writer's room discussion. Stranger Things, I think, should have been one season. We didn't need more than one season. Personally, I think Stranger Things should not have been more than one season. But we got more than one season, and that's what we have to contend with. Now, do I think that the rest of the seasons after season 1 are decent? Depends on the episode, honestly. Let's take it episode by episode. Some of them measure up to the original season. Some of them don't. Some characters measure up to characters in the original season. Some of them don't. But that's what happens when you produce more than one season in a series. You run the risk of disappointing your audience and making it seem like, or not making it seem like, but producing something that isn't up to par with the original series, because you only had half an idea on the onset. And there you are. Personally, I think I could have done with just one season of Stranger Things, and that was it. You don't have to round out a series for it to be good. And I think one of the best examples of an open-ended series end is the 100 season 5. They could have just stopped it right there. And
Finn Wolfhard.
Finn, did you just come up with his name?
No, I looked it up.
Took you that long to look up his name?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, my co-host is a little bit sleepy tonight.
You don't know that.
I can tell. So Finn Wolfhard, yes, probably would have been better in just the one season rather than the next 2 seasons. Jack Gunsky says the season 3 is unwatchable. I don't know about unwatchable, but it's not bad. It's not as good as the first season.
I like Effeminate Wolfgang better.
I like the name Wolfgang for a child. What? Why'd you give me the look?
Well, we don't need to call him feminine all the time. He can be Emmy Wolfgang. It's
Can we name our first child Wolfgang?
I said no.
A boyfriend who doesn't want to name our first child Wolfgang. Is that a mercy or is it a detriment, would you say?
What?
El Boyfriendo doesn't want to name our first child Wolfgang. Why not? And he walked out. He ignored me. He flicked me off. That was all the response I got for that. Gee, thanks, dear. Thank you to Night Sun for the donation. Can you play that song from Friday now? You mean the Friday song? Rebecca Black's Friday? Is that the Friday that we're talking about? If not, you're gonna have to give me an indicator of a different Friday song because I don't know what you're talking about, son. I don't know what you're talking about, son. Yeah, what is wrong with Wolfgang aside from a flicking of the off?
Well, Amadeus is better.
Amadeus.
Mm-hmm. Amadeus.
I guess I have my contacts on.
Have you seen Planet of the Apes?
Which one? The original one or the new one?
The original one.
Some of it, but not all of it. Why?
Because it's got Dr. Zaius in it. That's where that Simpsons joke is from. When they do the Planet of the Apes musical. Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius. Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius.
So out of left field there, Polly.
It all made sense to me.
It all made sense to you. Was this right now? Or not right now?
Worst sequel of all time. Movie. Go.
Worst sequel of all time. Spider-Man 3.
Not a bad call. Yeah,
it's not a hard call. It is really bad.
Yeah, it is pretty bad.
It could have been great, but it wasn't. I mean, if we just limited ourselves to one supervillain and maintained.
But it had Gumby McShortteeth in it, though.
Yes. But if we could have just limited ourselves to one villain, we could have told a cleaner story and it would have been just fine.
Oh yeah, Terminator Genesis. That was pretty fucking bad. I mean, it had sexy brunette dragon mom from Game of Swords in it, and that was pretty cool.
Sexy brunette dragon mom from Game of Swords. You mean Daenerys Targaryen from Game of Thrones?
I'll take your word on it. I'm
okay.
not.
So yes.
I saw her blonde when somebody said, she's blonde in the Throne show, and I was like, really? But she looks so good as a brunette, as like hardcore Sarah Connor running around with a shotgun and a leather jacket and being like, let's do this thing. And I looked her up, and yeah, she looks a lot better. Emilia Clarke, that's who. And yes. She does she does a very passable American accent. I got to give her credit.
She really does. She's not bad. So for those of you questioning who it is that we were talking about, Emilia Clarke is the following lady. There you go.
Yeah, she's sexy.
This lady.
Well, that's not the best picture ever.
This one.
Well, pull up on where she's dressed up as Sarah Connor, where she looks all hardcore. Fuck yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm
Yeah,
talking.
she
Look
pretty
at
cute.
that. Look at that.
She pretty.
Damn right.
Look at that. Yeehaw, bitches. Right there. Right there. I mean, I don't mind Terminator Genesis for this reason alone. Y'all can have your judgments, but
I do have a thing for English brunettes, and I just don't feel the need to apologize for it.
he does have a thing for English brunettes, ladies and gentlemen. I will say that. So this man is biased.
Like Rebecca Hall is a gorgeous specimen of English womanhood. As is,
Another one that we brought up.
As is Lena Headey, and she who also played a very badass Sarah Connor. It was very credible in the role. I liked it.
As well as Agent Peggy Carter, who is played by Polly.
What did you just say?
Agent Peggy Carter.
Oh, she was played by Sexy McBig Tits. What's
Sexy McBig Tits, he says. Ah! Stop it!
Now you're tropical.
Stop spraying me! Haley Atwell.
hell
Haley
yeah,
Atwell.
yes.
Your secret love bumpkin.
It's okay. She can't stay with that Hollywood douchebag she's with forever. One day I'll run into her and just be like, Haley.
Let me sweep you off your feet.
No, I'll just be like, Haley, you and me, girl. You know
Let
what
me
I'm saying?
sweep you off my feet with my bad taste in movies and books.
No, see, that's just it. She'll be swept off by my yeah. I'll just be like, who's your favorite author? And she'll go Bret Easton Ellis, and I'll say, see, I knew that was true because that's me too. Say, like, what are you up to this weekend? You want to get married? And she'll be like, hell yeah, and that'll be that.
Oh yes, Polydub and Steve, give me all of your penis.
Oh yeah, balls deep.
Good luck with that. I hope you all the best.
Did you feed the cats this afternoon?
No, you fed the cats this afternoon. Did you not feed the cats this afternoon?
When would I have? I fed them this morning.
Oh, you fed the cats yesterday afternoon. I did not feed the cats this afternoon. We should probably feed the cats this afternoon.
Well, see, that's the weird thing, Surfer 21. She said Sexy McBig Tits, Ava Green in the MCU. Well, see, that's the odd thing about Ava Green. She's French, not English. Isn't that weird?
She's French?
Yeah, Ava Green's French.
Huh.
I mean, I don't hold it against her. It's just clearly she went to English boarding school and learned how to speak like a normal person.
Interesting. I feel really bad. I forgot to feed the cats. Probably I'm the worst cat mom ever.
You can't do that with babies, you know.
I can't forget to feed my child.
No.
What?
They tend to not like that.
What? I'm the worst cat mom ever. No, don't spray me. Huh? You also forgot to feed the cats.
No, I didn't. I fed them this morning.
This morning, but what about this afternoon?
Right, babe. What about this afternoon?
Stop making me feel bad. I'm the worst cat mom ever.
Yes,
You're a
you
cat dad.
Yeah, you're the worst cat mom ever. Yeah, I didn't forget to feed them. I was gone during their feeding time.
Nuh-uh, their feeding time is like when we get back from work at like 3:30. You were here at 3:30.
So were you. Hey.
I'm not the only adult, so we're both failures.
No, just you. Enormous failure.
Why do you make me feel bad?
Awful.
Why?
I don't know.
My heart. It's so sad.
I was told you could leave cats alone for days. Was I
Well,
lied
yeah,
to?
but then they start to eat dead human flesh, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Sounds reasonable.
Stop it!
You
Get
one
away
more.
from
You
me,
get one more.
you heathen.
You can do one.
No!
Don't you turn away from me.
I have a shield. Do it, bitch.
I already did.
Fuck you! Fuck you very much. You asshole. He sprayed me. It's not acceptable. Thank you, Night Sun, for the donation. He says, you played one note before Arcturus cut the stream. I don't remember what I was supposed to play at that point. I think I was going to go into the sad violin music again, but that was Friday, and I put the violin away since then, so I don't have the opportunity to pull it out and do the thing with the stuff. Unfortunately. He closed the door on me. The fuck? Rude. Polly, when you get to be my age, you'll understand how sad it is that you didn't feed your cat, apparently.
I won't beat my cats.
I don't beat my cats!
They've got very brittle bones. You can't beat a cat.
Don't beat my cats!
Yeah.
Fuck you. How dare you? It's Polly, I have a question.
You want to run the stream short? Yeah, we can do that.
Well, I was only going to go until 9 o'clock anyway, because I'm tired and I slightly am hungover.
You sound hungover and tired.
That's why I put on the glasses without any disagreement.
Oh, I thought you were trying to do the Jackie O thing.
Well, it also adds into the whole, like, vacation Weebo thing. You know, like we're trying to do right here with you in the vacation otter and me in the vacation Weebo.
Sure.
Yes. So we match very well. This works. But I am also very slightly hungover. It's fine. We don't worry about it. But no, I wanted to inquire with you about a thing that I got in trouble for this weekend in the last like 15 minutes or so of this show.
In the last 15 minutes of this show?
Yes.
You got in trouble for something?
I got in trouble for something.
Was I here for it?
No.
But I've been here for the last 15 minutes.
I just wanted to talk about something I got in trouble for. Is that too much to ask?
All right, go ahead.
This one-
I mean, I'm not following the plot, but I don't follow most plots. It's fine.
That's
Go ahead.
So I follow Am I the Asshole on Twitter, and it's basically an archival of r/Am I the Asshole posts. And sometimes we get things like these, the title of which is Am I the Asshole for wearing compression shorts to the gym? So I will read some of the shenanigans here as
What do Prussian shorts look like?
compression shorts.
Oh, compression.
Yes, not Prussian shorts. Prussian shorts.
Yeah, I'm
A
like,
little
they're not
bit
even a
different.
nation anymore. What the fuck?
Hey! You're right. But that's not the point. So anyway, the user here says, hi there, I recently moved to a new city and joined a local gym. I've always worked out at my apartment gym before, but this new apartment does not have one, so I joined a local chain gym. When I worked out, I usually wear compression shorts and a t-shirt, mostly because I find the most comfortable for the types of exercises that I do. However, a couple weeks after joining, I had a woman come up to me and tell me I needed to put pants on. This wasn't a gym staff, but just another member. I asked her if there was any rule or dress code that specified that. She said she didn't know, but I was exposing myself, which is inappropriate. For the record, my compression shorts are not translucent or anything. They're gray, heather, or black fabric, depending on the pair. What she is referring to, though, is the bulge, which obviously is visible when wearing compression shorts. I told her I don't really believe there is any issue with the shorts and put my headphones back in. A couple of weeks later, I had a different woman come up to me and do the same and do something similar. She came to me and asked, "Are you putting pants on, dude?" To which I told her I was wearing shorts. The gym itself hasn't talked to me about this. As far as I'm aware, it's not that unusual to wear compression shorts. Nor do I see how they are really any different than leggings, which are very common. I can understand that the visible bulge may make some people uncomfortable, but how hard is it to just not look at it? For wearing / continuing to wear compression shorts to the gym. So, that was the point of contention your girl Weebo had this to say. Because,
Right.
Mama's always about equality here.
You got to weigh in. I understand.
Naturally. So I weighed in and I said this. If women can wear just shorts, bra, or just a sports bra to the gym, skin-tight leggings, no underwear, camel toe on full display, then they can look away when a guy wears his compression shorts. I don't give a fuck. Look away if you're uncomfortable. But some of y'all aren't ready to have that conversation. So I responded with that. And there are a few members of the opposite sex that apparently took that to mean that I was being misogynist. Taylor Philip Chuck said, I agree, it doesn't matter what you wear, but you sound like you have some internalized misogyny going on, which isn't cool. Polly, I ask you, how is this description here of women wearing a specific outfit to the gym in any way misogynistic, do you think?
You asked men and women to live by a consistent standard and equity and things and just Twitter, and there you go.
And there you go. Yes. Hypocrisy is one
You
that
motherfucker.
reigns supreme in the internet webs, it seems. This one also, I agree with your argument, but the way you word it sounds like you're shaming women. You can offend people without bringing others down. How am I shaming women? I gotta know. What the fuckity fuck? So I asked her, I said, how should I word this in a way that you think doesn't sound shamey? And she goes, I saw someone just say the outfit seemed to be similar to what some women wear, and we shouldn't shame either. Exactly. The description is akin to what some women wear. What's shameful about just simply describing what women wear? What's shameful about that? No one could provide me an answer. So that leads me to believe that, hey, you do have some internalized shame about the way that it is that some women dress, it seems. So you should really contend with those issues that you have about women and their bodily autonomy before you would address issues of male bodily autonomy in the way that they dress at the gym. So personally, my whole issue is I don't give a fuck what people wear at the gym. It's the gym. People wear whatever it is that they fucking feel comfortable in to the gym. Because why the fuck not? But women are allowed to wear their bras to the gym. Women are allowed to wear leggings to the gym. Skin-tight leggings that hug all of the curves, including the camel toe. And sometimes even go without even a thong at the gym. And so as a result, why are we shaming men for doing what is essentially the gendered exact same version of this thing that women are doing at the gym? Why? Just why? And I feel like the reason why is because we have this whole concept of embrace female sexuality and let's encourage it. It's empowering, but male penis bulges are too sexual and offensive, and they make us uncomfortable. And we're women, so we're too sensitive. We're not used to seeing this, and so therefore we need to limit what we're exposed to, which is just entirely sexist. Entirely. So that's where we're at today. Probably thoughts. I support the camel toe, says Alpha and Omega. Well, I'm glad that you do, because I do as well. Support camel toe. Support your local camel toe, ladies and gentlemen. Do you disagree, Polly?
I agree that going on Twitter and saying anything is going to have the low foreheads come out and be
But do you agree that we should support our local camel toe?
I agree that if you're going to establish a policy at a private gym where genitalia are clearly visible through tight fitting fabrics, then they should be available to men, women, intersex, non-denominational, bisexuals, genderism, peoplesers as well.
Well, I don't know about you, Polly, but I think we just found the title of this stream.
Cool.
Support your local camel toe. I'm so clever. So, Polly, we are about 8 or so minutes out from the end of this stream.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anything burning that you felt that you wanted to address with this platform?
I told you. Penicillin took care of the gonorrhea a long time ago.
Penicillin took care of the gonorrhea a long time ago. All right, chat, you heard it here first, folks. Don't you feel so privileged this evening?
You've talked about it before. I didn't dox you.
Do you have any super chats or no, sorry, not super chats. The Streamlabs that you need to take care of this fine evening?
No.
All right. Night Sun, I have a donation from you. Do you want to play a cello sometime?
Cellos are cool.
I wouldn't mind. Actually, my brother has a cello. I could probably borrow his at some point to engage in some shenanigans. It's much different from the actual violin. I have played his cello before, and the mechanics are not only very different, but the notes and the way that you would play are substantially different as a result. So I'd have to finesse with the cello just a little bit before it was that I felt comfortable playing it for an audience, unfortunately. Daniel Fullman has asked us, are we still doing the debate? Oh, not that one. Are we still doing the debate? And I believe he means the debate in which Polly and I take opposite sides on a topic that the channel or the chat has given us to debate about in the Twitterverse. And I believe, yes, we are still doing that. We just have to.
You made the list, right?
No, I haven't made the list. I have to
I
come
thought
up
you
with.
had.
I have to take all of the topics, the positions, ingest them, and then spit them out into a thing that, like, one of those online tools that allows you to determine who takes what side and things, or assign, like, one of those D&D dice roll thingies.
Yeah,
I have to ingest and spit them out into one of those things so that we can come up with a viable way of figuring out who debates what. And so I'll come up with a list of topics. I have a list of topics. I just need to give them to Polly. Put them in a more concise way of things. And then we can do that. So yes, that is still on. Weebo is making a spreadsheet. What a surprise! Daniel Fullman says. Oh, you have no idea.
Marzipan versus Caramel. Who's the winner?
Precisely. There you go. You got it. I don't even know what a marzipan is.
It's the thing. So it's an almondy confection additive thing. There's often marzipan flowers upon fancy wedding cakes and the like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that my local baker would have a supply of marzipan on then for me to try?
Did you do what?
Do you think that my local bakers would have a supply of marzipan upon them which to try?
Sure.
Or
If you went into
sort
a
of-
local bakery, confectionery, and you said, I don't know what marzipan is, but I'm intrigued and I would like to try some marzipan, they will, yes. It's like going to a local deli and saying, see that meat right there? I want to know what it tastes like. They will cut you a little slice and they will say, here.
I want to try what marzipan tastes like because I have no fucking clue.
It's like it's an awesome almondy frosting situation. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Zed Hero says Weebo was so organized she forgot to feed the cat. I was busy today, okay? I had the in-laws over and so I had to make dinner for them and it was an early dinner, so I was making dinner and putting it in the oven and making sure that it was ready for them when they felt so inclined to eat it. So as a result, I neglected to feed the cats and I feel horrible about it. I feel horrible about it. I'm so sorry. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are about 4 minutes out. What is next weekend, Polly? Is next weekend the 4th of July? Yes, it is. Independence Day just so happens to be Sunday the 4th of July. Polly, would you be so opposed to shifting our stream another day, do you think?
Oh, that's fine.
All right. Good. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back here, not the same time, but definitely the same place, Monday, July 5th, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we will be discussing who the fuck knows what, because let's be honest, that is what we do on this show, is we talk about anything and everything that comes to mind. So we will be back here July 5th, 2020. Same Weebo, same.
Was that Monday?
Yeah, it is a Monday.
Hangover stream, yay.
Hangover stream, yay. This is acceptable to you?
Yep.
You gonna be okay?
Mm-hmm.
Pinky promise?
Well, I can't. Virtual. Yeah, I got my pinky up. You can't
Virtual
tell, but
pinky
it's
promise?
there. Yay.
Okay, good. So we will be back here next week, Monday. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Polly, do you have anything that you would like to show?
No.
All right. I will have a video out before Friday if I can help it. I don't want to swear on anyone's grave, but it will be my sincerest hope to have a video out before Friday.
You can go ahead and swear on like Karl Marx's grave. No one will mind.
I swear upon Karl Marx's grave that I will have a video out before Friday. You know what? I'm gonna shoot for Wednesday if I can help it. But if not, it will be something that happens before Friday. So it'll either be the 30th or the 1st.
Okay.
The 30th of June or the 1st of July. Either way, you're getting something at the end or the beginning of the month to, be excited about it. So, ladies and gentlemen,
Serpent says, what about AAA? Yeah, I just pitch that. So AAA is his show that happens. It happens Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays. And it's not all capital A's, which throws a lot of people. It's a capital A, and then a little a, and then another capital A.
oh my gosh.
Right? And it's alcohol and ammo. But the A in the middle, the little one, it doesn't stand for and. It stands for ampersand. Because it's alcohol, ampersand, ammo. You see? So what happens is that at 5:30 p.m. Eastern on Drunken Uncle's channel, Drunken Uncle, the British guy, the funny man, right? Over on his channel on Monday at 5:30 Eastern, we do the AAA show there. We do news, we do bands, we do games. It's fun. And then Wednesday, it's over on my channel. Same time, 5:30 Eastern or 5:30 a.m. on Christmas Island if you're one of the 62 people that live there. And then on Friday, AAA, same thing. It happens over on Sinatra's channel. Same time, 5:30 p.m. Eastern.
Naturally.
Yeah. And the same idea. News, bands, and games. It's fun.
Naturally.
And when I say that it's on Drunken Uncle's channel, both Sinatra and I are there. And when it's on my channel, both Sinatra and Drunken Uncle are there. And when it's on Sinatra's channel, both Drunken Uncle and I are there. And that's the AAA.
Good. Excellent. Any noir bars? The chat asks.
I'm contemplating burning down Noir Bar for the insurance money because I've been there's a rather suspiciously large fire insurance policy on the bar, and nobody has taken note of it yet. And arson in that particular neighborhood of Noir City, which is right outside of Philadelphia, in case anyone's wondering, the arson squad there is rather incompetent. And so, yeah, I was thinking about that. But up until then, yeah, there might be some Noir bars before it's burnt to a cinder. I don't know.
Wonderful.
Well, yeah, I'll let you guys know.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this fine evening. Myself and Polydub greatly appreciate your attendance at this fine establishment cocktail hour. Thank you so much for your likes, your comments, your scribes, your scribbles, your subscribbles, and your likes, comments, subscribes, and shares. We appreciate those too. Those are important. Thank you so much to those who donated, especially. Without any of you guys, this would just be a conversation between two hooligans in Discord.
Hooligans.
Yeah.
I tend to think of us as ragamuffins, but okay, hooligans.
Ooh, I like ragamuffins so much more than hooligans, but I like them both, so kind of stuck. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back here next week, Monday, July 5th. Same place, same udder, same face. Thank you so much for your time and your attention. And we will see you when we see you.
Have a good night, everybody. You see what Weebo did there? She didn't end the stream. She just closed her own window. See, look at that. You didn't end the stream. You just closed your window.
All right. Now I'm ending the broadcast. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.